his ass back in there as well as Redline.
More idiocy. Donald Trump
My
news.
goodness.
NBC just cut ties with Donald Trump.
About fucking
He's
time.
getting fired all over the place. I love it.
Wait, so we no longer get to see any more Apprentice?
If
Well,
that's on NBC, yep.
the thing is, if he was on that station and he's running for president, wouldn't that be a conflict of interest? Don't they have to cut ties with him?
Oh,
Ooh,
maybe.
that's a possibility. I haven't read the article. I just saw it's on BBC.
Yeah.
It's a shame I'm going to have to lose all the side chat from the last one. There we go, and microbloganism is already in the comment section. Let's add my comment section into my feed here. There we go.
Apparently there is a wildfire here, and everywhere it looks like 420 braze it everywhere.
Jordy, you're in Saskatchewan. If there's a wildfire, you go outside and look around, you see it for 3 days away.
Oh,
It's true.
It's literally true, because I can look at my
Blazing.
window and I can't see the other side of the street. Fucking crazy.
Wait a minute. Aren't you legally blind?
Fuck you, Paranor.
Yeah, well,
That's
now
true,
he
that's
really
true.
has an issue seeing the other side of the street.
I literally have an issue seeing the other side of the street.
Oh,
Sorry, Jordy. It was
No,
there.
no, I know. I was just,
Yeah.
It's all right, Paranor. He didn't see that one coming.
very funny, Headless.
well,
You haven't used that one before.
we do have some tendencies for obnoxiousness here now, don't we?
It's a good one, though,
Yeah.
Jordy. That's why
Yeah.
I use it often.
I know it is. It's very funny.
I'll
You
just sit
can-
here
you
sight
can tell
unseen.
how much I think it's funny.
I'll just sit here sight unseen.
And wait for those very specific moments where you can say those very specific phrases.
That pickle did not take much time at all to modify for that broadcast, but it was well fucking worth it. Holy shit.
It's all right, Jordy.
That
I'll
was-
keep my eye out for it.
It was beautiful. It was hilarious.
Screw you, Headless.
Well done.
Yeah, I had way too much fun with that, I think. Just way too much damn fun.
Was a most excellent pickle.
Yeah. Whoop.
So
That's
we
too
went
much
from
of
we went from poutine to pickles now.
Yes, yes. The last broadcast we had a lovely pickle on screen. And
I went to the link you posted in Skype, and there was someone else that I don't even know who the hell they are in there still. And I was like, oh,
No,
I
did I
thought
post the
one
wrong
was
one? Shit, I'll fix that. Or are you
Wait,
talking about through
That
the
means
one?
you were in a room with Kino.
no, I didn't know. I wasn't even in the room. I just looked, and I was like, there's no one there I know, so
Yeah.
I'll
Oops.
just move along. I pre-screened my calls without joining before joining.
Ah, okay. And I'm gonna have to change my camera apparently because it's not cooperating with us. I'm doing an infinity loop. Let me fix that.
Yes, it looks like you're getting infinite regress there.
Yeah, obviously I don't have a problem with infinite regress, so.
Just saying.
Is
Yeah.
that one of those? Ooh, snap.
Oh, and by the way, Lally Lalu, I did actually get your, well, as you note, I got your message. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it at some point if you'd like, but I think in that long form one, I think I covered it fairly well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you obviously know as much as I do about it. It's just that I've been there and done it, and it's
Yeah.
tried that pretty hard, didn't work.
Yeah,
That's what I have.
Yeah, I never even really bothered going down that path. I took my own road, so to speak, try to figure out things on my own. I did had a powwow with somebody that had been in the whole chakra thing, as well as numerology and all these other things, but that was never really for me.
I mean, I didn't go the woo route, but I went the physical yoga route, like hardcore, and
Okay.
just about every style along the way. I've tried just about every kind you can do, and yeah, it's good if you want to be flexible, but be careful. And that's all I have to say.
You can hurt yourself with that, with a lot of that stuff, especially some of the newer yogas. They have this, what I can't remember what it's called, but they basically put you in a really hot room where it's like
Hot
100.
yoga.
Hot
Yeah,
yoga.
hot yoga. Yeah, where it's like 100 and something degrees, and say, "Here, now get tired. Enjoy
Done
your heat
that.
stroke." Yeah.
Okay, just out of curiosity, you guys hear chainsaws in the background?
It's supposed to get all the impurities out as you know, it's supposed to leach them all out of your skin as you sweat.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Right.
really, really good afterwards, but so does
Yeah,
the
let's go
sweat
do
lodge.
physical exercise in a sauna.
So does sweat lodge, you know? It gets the same effect, except, yeah, I
People
don't know.
also
The
die.
only thing you get is kidney stones.
Well, hang on. Sweat Lodge actually does have has less exercise, but yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it gets the impurity. I went that route too. So and that has a lot more to it. I think, personally,
It might. I don't know.
I would do that again in a minute, but I don't know.
You weren't talking about the 2-hour hangout we did, are you 13?
We just had a long hangout over at Drag's place, and I started this new one over here after we completed that because I was simulcasting a good portion of it. But I found this lovely little pickle that I'd positioned right in front of Matt Slick, so it would look like he was making friends with the pickle.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was.
Looked like he was gobbling the pickle.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a place I probably didn't want to be anyways, so...
Yeah,
Excellent.
perhaps, but you know, I did make this lovely little slide for Redline. Let me pop that up here right quick. I did make a lovely slide for Redline, and I do have to
The only
comment
thing I
on
ever
that.
hear is that Matt Slick doesn't like anal.
Well, you know, I am stipulating that he might like pickles. You know, so we have the pickle thing anyway around it. There we go. Put my camera back. And there
That
we
man
go.
apparently is obsessed with gay sex.
Yeah,
Right
he's
here.
obsessed, all right.
Most of them seem to be. They think about that more than most gay people I know, actually.
Okay, we define gay by people like Matt Slick, right?
No.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
I said they, not gay.
Oh, okay. Let's see now.
Matt is such a lovely guy.
Yeah, that's the good one there. Yeah.
That's unflattering.
That's the
Oh
one.
my God, nice one.
And
That's phallic.
and to top it off, right at that moment, he was saying something about, and they were trying to shove it down our throats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect timing.
Right at that moment he was saying.
I got your 2 thumbs up too, Heavy.
Oh yeah, they made me do it. I didn't want to.
Yeah. Anyway,
sorry.
but yeah, that one's a keeper. But yeah, it's a pickle. It just doesn't. It kind of looks a little bit like something else, but it's a pickle. Oh, let me get the screen out of the way. There we go.
Sometimes when those things grow, sometimes you have to think maybe there is a god.
Yeah.
Mm.
We'll have to
That was a
accuse him
joke.
of pickling. Yes. I'm just wondering if they're going to raise a stink over that. Of course,
Time
they
will
could,
tell.
but at the same point, it's like, it's a pickle, you idiot.
Just to be fair, just because I made a joke that there might be a god, that doesn't make me a moderate theist either.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Actually,
that tweaked my nipple so hard. Jesus Christ.
oh yeah.
Yeah, well, if they think it's anything other than a pickle, it's just a sign of their degenerate minds.
Oh, obviously.
Absolutely. Where did they get these ideas?
Their own
Perverts.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just taking pattern recognition. They need to work on that. That's not what it was.
Oh, Christianity's built on pattern recognition.
Well, that's the whole thing and a lot of people don't even clue into when they're talking about, especially now with the transgender, the whole bathroom issue thing. There's laws going up to try to prevent people or transgendered people going into their proper bathroom, all because, they think that a transgendered male is in there just to go after the kids,
You know who else they did that with? Black people.
homosexuals.
Black people.
Yeah.
No, Jordy, in that case, they solved it by giving the black people their own bathrooms.
That's the point I was trying to make.
Right from the start.
But even today, in recent news with South Carolina, he was perpetrated saying, is that the right thing?
No.
Anyway, you know what I mean.
We don't- Words
that-
have no meaning.
Yeah, exactly. That the shooter said, "You're taking our jobs, taking our women,"
Yeah.
and that's way back racism.
Yeah.
Rebel flag pride, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was something that made me sick, was when they were trying to turn it into a attack on religion issue when it wasn't. I mean, like, just think, how many churches were in that area within walking distance, probably? But he selected that one specific church because it was an historical church. You know, there was a lot of, I don't remember the history, but I just heard it was very important, very influential, and its history. What it was the first black church, right? Wasn't it?
Well, I think
In
King did
Charleston?
something there.
Really?
Hey, how's it going?
Awesome.
It was like real important. In other words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure King. That's why it was so important, not just its own heritage, but Martin Luther King Jr. I'm pretty sure did something there.
Oh, okay.
How much you guys want to bet that? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I just also want to make note on the tail end of that, and I'm putting a link in the side, that the FBI are investigating a series of arsons at black churches, 6 in 1 week, from Florida to Tennessee.
Yep.
Yeah, we had one here too.
I'm guessing it's
US,
probably going to
really?
it's probably going to turn out to be the same group of culprits.
What I was going to say before is how much you want to bet that now that guy shot out that church, that now that you have like a much more of a cultural we love this thing, so now the church has more people than it probably has ever because of that. You know what I mean?
Attendance is up.
Attendance is probably up by a lot,
Hey, boom.
which only helps it. Which only helps them.
Well, there was comments somewhere. I passed by the article, but in the synopsis, it was saying that congregations have increased since this, so the popularity drive is on for slave
Circle the
gathering.
wagons.
Yeah, I think they generally do. I mean, if there was some mass shooting in a church near me, I'd go Sundays, just to some support in the community.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very cultural. I mean, they even made mention of that fact in War of the Worlds, the original one. That where do people go? In the churches.
Oh, on something else, a little bit of an aside. Keep in mind, my wife being Christian.
Is that the H.G. Wells or the Jeff Wayne version?
Yeah.
The original 50s, whatever.
58, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was earlier than his well.
Before we get
The
too far,
radio play.
before we get too far afield of the whole thing with the churches and this whole bit, I just need to make a comment. My wife actually queued up a video and actually had me honestly, after she told me that Obama can sing the fucking blues, I was like, no, I want to hear it. But apparently he was part of a service for those kids that were killed the other day, or those churchgoers rather that were killed the other day, and they had him singing "Amazing Grace," and damn, he's got a voice. Holy crap, man! He did great.
He's
I was amazed.
He's not the best singer.
No,
but yeah, he can.
But he spun some blues, man. He spun some blues into that.
He sank right into that. That was beautiful.
I felt like, wait a minute, that's the president I voted for, and where have you been hiding for the last 6 years?
No kidding.
He became a politician.
Well, that, and after he does that, he goes into this kind of preaching to the audience thing, and I'm sitting there thinking, he's got that down too.
So that might be a second career for him.
Yeah, I mean, he really strong speaker, quite eloquent, and was really speaking to the audience, which shows he's really good at speaking to an audience.
Well, remember, he came from a lot of what they called him the community organizer, because he was. I mean, he organized. He is a leader in life, really.
Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know whether he just got disillusioned or scared, or whether he was, I don't know. I was mad. I'm almost more mad now that I know that is still part of him, that passion. And I'm like, where did it go?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, it's kind of one of those things. He sits there, he's this great idealist, and I'm sitting there, even, I did vote for him the first time around. And I'm sitting there thinking, I know that idealism is going to be beat out of him. It's just a matter of how long it's going to take. Not long at all.
He'd be scared out of him, too.
I don't know. I mean,
seems like he's just rolling with the punches, like keeping his head down.
There was kind of a time. There was kind of a time that he seemed almost a little bit paranoid in some regards. So I don't know.
Well, when you're the first of something, you're sort of like put under the microscope. So I sort of think you have to be careful, right?
Yeah.
My dad
I think he thought he could make them like him. he thought that he thought that if he compromised, they would come around, and I think he's maybe finally, hopefully, realized that's not going to happen.
I mean, he's kind of like Monty, Christopher Monty. He very much an idealist, and I love Monty, but
Yeah.
he rage quit.
Yeah.
He made the best decision of his life.
That makes me
Agreed.
sad because I never got a chance to meet him. I came into all of this just a little tiny bit ago, and
He's around.
Yeah,
caught the end of his stuff, and I'm like, I like that guy. I want to get to know him, and not so much. So,
well, he's still around. I've seen him in a couple of hangouts, or been with him in a couple of hangouts since he left. He's not going to be doing what he was, but he's still going to, be coming in to hangouts and stuff because he's got a lot of friends in here that people like him that
Well,
he
he's got a lot
likes.
to say,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and he does have a bit of a passion to say it, and
Yeah.
for good reasons, I'm sure. But yeah, no, he's taken a step back and more in the crowd rather than speaking to the crowd.
He tickled me. One thing that came up, he was talking about some people in the community, and he was dogging them a little bit too, which he normally doesn't do that much of. He said, "Oh yeah, now see, I can say what I want to now about people because I don't have a reputation to uphold."
Exactly.
Here's the thing: he's sitting in the ether now, watching,
Yeah.
and he's not in the spotlight, being what's the word? He's not being critiqued anymore, so he can just sit there and watch, and just sort of make decisions in the background as opposed to being forefront, trying to make everyone love each other.
No,
Right.
hang on 1 second, please.
Are you calling Mowdy?
Yeah.
What Christopher Mowdy does not know is we've replaced his regular coffee with Folgers Crystals.
Hey, Chrissy Poo. Oh, Tone.
Please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Chrissy Poo, you sexy beast. We're doing a bit of a hang, and we'd love if you could join us later.
Penis.
You can't hear it.
Damn it.
Let's see now. Where's my screen go? Why is it black? There we go. End call.
Just to be clear, everything I just said there was speculative, by the way.
Oh, don't worry about it. I just thought I'd bug him. I haven't bugged him in a while.
When you try to, it seems like when you try to play Peacemaker around here, like I just sort of just watching from the fringes of the Great Debate or whatever, even when you try to play Peacemaker, that even makes you a bigger target, and you get into the guillotine even faster from both sides.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing to make peace with. You're expecting two people to have a dialogue or a difference, and really they're just going neener, stupid poopy head at each other all day.
Mm-hmm.
That's
When I tried,
That's why I only watch usually, and I have to say, the only reason I joined is, well, Paranoid Dork kind of said, we're not going to bite you the other day. And I also am pretty fascinated by Shadow, to be honest, like, because I heard your a long time ago, I guess it was, you said the quote-unquote deconversion story, and I was like, that sounds familiar. So I'm kind of, I don't know, I want to be your buddy. That's all.
And here's Mowdy calling
crap.
back.
Hang on. Here.
13
There we
has
go.
that-
Hang on a second.
13 has that way with people. I understand.
Hello.
Like, what you
Hang
mean.
on. Hey, how's it going, man?
It's going well. How about yourself?
Oh, pretty good. We're just doing a little hang. I was hoping you could come and join us for a little bit because we haven't talked to you in ages.
Fine.
We're doing it like now until whenever the hell. You going to be available later, you think?
Oh, yeah. Let me get to my computer. Give me 10 minutes.
Okay, cool, man. I'll catch you when I catch you then, man. Cool. Take care.
So we.
There we go.
Shadow's the man.
Yeah, the man with a phone number.
We have the Italian stallion confirming that he's coming.
Yeah.
As I was saying,
Fabio's coming?
Now I'm going back to making my coffee.
Barbecue pizza.
I like Fabio. He is so cool.
Oh, Fabio's
awesome.
What was it? What was it? Fabio is fabulous.
Fabulous.
Sometimes he'll sit and he won't say anything for a long time. He just listens. And then he'll start talking, and it's pretty much worth listening to when he starts talking.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or he'll be driving and he'll be talking, and everyone will be freaking out because we're thinking he's going to hit somebody.
Yeah, crazy European drivers.
In a tap.
I might have to share that quote too. Italian stallion confirmed.
As I was getting at before, Mouty called. 13 has that way with people. Ask Paranor. Ask me. Like we like 13 for a bunch of reasons. And then nothing.
And good stuff. Sorry, good stuff. Micro. Fuck sleep. It's useless. You can all sleep when you're dead.
And you turn on the Bare Naked Lady song. Who needs sleep?
Oh, don't remind me of Bare Naked Ladies, please.
Yeah, let's not listen to that.
No sleep till Boston.
Why do you guys not like
There
the
we
Bare Naked
go.
Ladies?
Good one.
Or how about no sleep till Brooklyn?
I mean Brooklyn.
Oh, okay, there we go then.
One of those B words that's up there in the up back east.
Up, back, east? What direction exactly is that?
I'm
Northeast.
I'm from New England, but I live in
You're
So
originally
it's-
from New England?
I'm from Connecticut originally.
Oh, cool. Originally from Massachusetts.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm originally a masshole.
Originally from Massive Two Shits. Yeah.
Actually, we used to call it Taxachusetts. But that was back when Michael Dutaxis was in office.
Yeah.
My cringe face turned into a frown, 13.
I
It gets
understand that
worse and worse.
happens.
What were we talking about before we started talking about Mouty?
I don't know. But, you know, I didn't expect him to call back that quick. He's probably in the bar.
Yeah, I had trouble keeping up with what we were talking about. It's all good though.
Something about being the peacemaker by.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a peacemaker puts you in the middle so you get yelled at by everyone. It's great.
That's funny. When I tried to be a peacemaker, I was just ignored more, which makes it good. Which makes me feel pretty good, actually. I don't
Well,
have to do
good,
anything.
because peacemakers never know what the hell's going on, and they're trying to pull everybody's string with what they think is going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because aren't you a moderate theist now, Jordy?
I'm apparently a moderate theist now.
Yeah,
As of what Eve says.
Yeah, he became a moderate. He became a moderate theist without ever becoming a theist first. That's usually prerequisite.
There's a trick. It's a miracle.
And the thing is, I didn't know that happened. Someone told me that that Eve had a list of people that she thought were moderate theists, and I was in that list, and I've never talked to Eve ever, which is interesting.
I don't understand.
I sent her one message. I was like, if we raise any money during this stupid Drunk Bears thing, I'll probably send it to you, even though there's probably more people who are worth more than you are, even though I didn't say that at the time. But it's an interesting thing when you're labeled as a theist when you're not.
Yeah.
I haven't been even when I was an identified Christian, I haven't been one on YouTube for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Well, if she actually listened, she'd know that.
And I addressed that. I said that in the comments. It was 3 days later, but still, I'm not a theist for one.
But you disagreed, therefore, I don't know.
And the only reason I would ever guess that she would assume that is because sometimes I'll defend certain Christians, specifically ones that I know well enough to know that their version of Christianity is their own. So,
and you can't do that because when you get through the couple month cycle where the atheists start attacking each other again, they start looking at anyone who's like that, and oh, you're too moderate on those creationist fucktards now, so you're obviously the enemy as well.
I don't talk to any creationists really. I talk to people I like.
Yeah. But everyone circles their wagons again, and it becomes that fucking bullshit us against them mentality, and and they just start, you start eating your own.
That post was huge too. It was something with Exiled and Eve. I didn't read the whole thing, but my name was mentioned, so I figured I'd at least say my piece, and that was my piece.
Yeah.
That I'm not what you say I am, and you don't know.
Only you can speak for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's as it should be. I mean, really. I actually was initially going to be having some hangout to see if I could be reclassified from what I'd been self-classifying as, see if there was something that I didn't know of, and I never got around to actually doing it. And that's because, well, frankly, as being somebody that frankly leans towards agnostic apatheism, meaning that I don't even know that the term God has any real meaning, and even if there is such a thing, then who gives a shit, basically.
And I was labeled as basically the same thing by you, actually, because I didn't know what I was technically.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't care.
I don't care enough.
And what the hell's a god anyway? I mean, what would qualify something for that title? And until you can answer that question, I don't have any reason to care what your claim is.
And I think something needs to be said before anybody starts creating straw men out of it, is that we say we don't care about God and his question, so why are we talking about it? Because you idiots are
right now, no, in most of my hangouts, we try to avoid most of this shit, other than just poking fun at some of the personalities in the community. But after listening to Slick and a bunch of these other people flipping out over the gay marriage thing, it's like, for God's sakes, get over yourselves. And yes, I phrased it that way on purpose.
Yeah. Just seeing how many people I know on Facebook, like, why am I friends with you anymore?
Yeah.
You start, 3 or 4 people started making these, all of a sudden out of the blue, these religious posts, like these just quoting Bible passages and stuff. Like, oh man, come on.
Actually, we know somebody who's gotten a rash of that and is quote unquote taking a vacation at the moment.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of one of those things. You can only put up with this shit for so long before it's like, okay, I think I've had enough.
Really? Eleanor, tell us more.
I don't want to give the person away because it's in private circles. However,
yeah.
In that case, tell us more.
No, I can describe the situation.
Well, hang on. Let's take this back one. It's a young lady that I'm sure you think is quite darling.
Yeah. A quote, people that this person loves, whom happen to be Christian, are making her so
miserable.
Yeah, because they're going off on the LGBT decision, the homosexual marriage equality decision. It's like she's dealing with Matt Slick on multiple areas for multiple fronts.
But it's family.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been pretty fortunate because I've never really been persecuted or made fun of or in fights or anything. I mean, I may have been called a few names when I was young, but I've just been very fortunate in not having any of that trouble.
As I've said to you before, you were very lucky. Not just fortunate, but very lucky.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see so many Christians. They start talking about being persecuted and being crapped upon. It goes back to that persecution complex. Like it's just gone full bore in the last couple days.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, I really wish you were getting a taste of persecution just to see how it really feels.
So you know the difference, and shut the hell up when you're not.
Exactly.
We could be back in the Crusades where everyone was getting murdered.
Well, actually, there are some areas in the Middle East right now where Christians really are being persecuted.
Yeah.
But, the people over here are just like, I'm being persecuted. And even the ones that acknowledge that, yes, in other areas of the world there really is some, but they're acting as if it's them personally. And anyway.
Yeah, for first world Christian problems at this point.
Well, it's putting chains on bullies and bullying behavior, and you're intolerant because they want to bully and you're not letting them, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. But they don't see it that way. They're not bullying. God is.
And God can't be a bully because God's right.
Yeah.
I think there's two things happening. One is they want to feel persecuted. They don't actually want to be persecuted, but they want to feel persecuted because the Bible tells them that they're going to be persecuted, and that's going to be great. And secondly, like there's it appears to me that, like, in some way, not being allowed to persecute other people is persecution.
Yes.
And to that, I must respond. There was a church that was called Boston Church of Christ, back when I lived up in Massachusetts. And a friend of mine came up with a slogan for them, and I think it may apply in this case. It'll be good, it'll be great, you'll have a dead chicken on your plate, bagak! Just ridiculous.
Emmett, I just took a sip of something, too.
Sorry, dude. But it's
Hopefully it kept going down and didn't go.
God can't be able to guess. That means he's not omnipotent. Lunatic robot? Salut.
Yes. Good one.
Cheers.
Of course, Andy always has better stuff than I do because I'm limited to the coffee.
Yeah, this is a fine top shelf hardback that it's the Oud Ale, which comes in at a sniftering 57%, which is why I have a very small glass that I'm about to refill.
It's like when I used to have Crown Royal on the rocks in a little glass. Sip on it.
Maybe I should have opened one of the 15 people rooms. Well, there's still one spot open for Mowdy.
Wait a minute, they're heavy. You treat Crown Royal as this like top shelf liquor?
Well, to me it was. It was good. I liked it. Hey, I can't afford expensive stuff, or couldn't.
Well, when everything is rye liquor in Canada, Headless has very high standards.
No, around here, like Crown Royal, you mix it with Coke, and that's
wait. He has high standards, but he has high standards, but he promotes poutine.
Yes.
Poutine is the best thing you can ever eat.
That's not diabetic promotes poutine. It's the true fact.
Except poutine chips.
I'm not gonna drink.
Okay, we'll stay off the poutine chip.
No. If Chris gets in here, I think we might have to talk about that atrocious thing you were calling pizza the other day.
That was delicious. It had gravy on it and fries.
Okay, all right. Counterpoint. A hot dog crust stuffed pizza.
Not a pizza.
They take wieners and they put it in the crust and roll it up.
No, not a pizza.
The whole idea of putting poutine on a pizza if you're putting hot dogs in the crust.
Nope. Not putting hot dogs in a crust. Not on my watch.
That's along the lines of using Krispy Kreme donuts as your buns for a hamburger, which they were doing in ballparks for a while. I don't know if they still do it or not.
God, that just makes me wretched.
I make that on the weekends.
I've had
cheeseburger.
We had Krispy Kreme actually try to infiltrate the donut market here, and they did very poorly
because they didn't make poutine donuts.
No, they did poorly for two reasons. One, no drive-through. Two, no coffee.
Oh, I thought it would have been no poutine donuts. You seem to use it for every freaking thing else.
Hey, 13, can you annoy that dog as easily as the other one?
No, she's a good puppy.
Oh.
And a downside on all their donut flavors, they didn't have a maple cream.
Can that dog annoy you as easily as the
No. The other one's much more annoying.
I think I'm the only Canadian who's never had poutine.
Blasphemy.
There's only like 10 of us anyway, so, you know.
Well, that's 10 Canadians who haven't had poutine.
No, 10 Canadians in total.
No.
Heresy. That's heresy. Just leave. Get out.
I don't like hockey either.
Well, that's fine, because I don't like hockey either. But
okay.
Canadians are alright. They have flapping heads, but we can look past that.
Okay,
and our little beady eyes.
Hold on a second.
Little beady eyes.
Lee?
And they fart everywhere.
Do you at least eat Donair?
Once in a while.
Okay,
I've never had Donair ever.
You're too far west, Jordy.
Yeah, that's true.
They're called gyros or gyros.
Well, we have a comment from Strawman Atheist. Canadians are a myth.
That's what I prefer.
I don't believe in Canadians. They're just suppressing their Americanism in their righteousness.
You got
it. To the leprechauns.
We're more like
because the Inuit never happened.
No, we're more like a legend, like Kwai Chang Kang or something like that, walking the earth. We're legends. Kung Fu: The Legends continues. There you go.
And this conversation started from poutine.
Poutine might be disproof of God, actually.
And actually, it started from a pickle.
I heard that quote off of Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Canadians are weird.
Canadians are weird, eh?
Not much of a quote.
Enough for the pickles.
I met a Canadian once. I got better.
Yeah, you got better from meeting a Canadian. That's what it is.
Holy shit! The ratio is the ratio lives. We have about three quarters or 3/4 Canadian, 3/5.
Yeah.
Is what we needed.
Oh yeah, Lee is counted
Quick,
among.
Yardy, go send the link around there to Shar and Muskie and get them in here too.
No. We have one spot open, and I'm going to see if Chris manages to make his butt in here.
We'll send one to Psychosis as well.
Well, if this gets full, if this gets full and Mouty's trying to get in, I'll jump out. I was just jumping in to say hi anyway, pretty much.
Slowly.
Hi.
I'm not sure what account he's under normally now, but it says the invitation is posted to him, so we'll see.
The Mouty Man numbers?
Dum. I don't know. We'll see.
So did he actually close his account, or he just took down all his videos?
I closed it.
He closed it. Oh, that's a bummer. There's pretty couple decent hangouts on there.
I sent him linkage. Hopefully he can find his way in. Because I haven't talked to him in ages.
Microbloganism says Canada is a fictional country like Narnia. No, we're not like Narnia because that's just a goddamn Christian.
Well, we do have the snow.
Yeah, we don't have any wardrobes with witches in them, though. I don't think.
No,
there's plenty of witches around here.
Yeah, I talked to Paranor about that about his neighbor. She might be the witch from the wardrobe.
Oh, really?
The Wicked Witch of the West, but anyway. Oh, yeah, get this.
I might have a misspelling on that, though.
Yeah. What a silly bunt. But get this. She's walking away from her car to the street, back to my father and I who are talking, and her eyes are still locked on us. When she comes back, I say, keep your nose out of our business, and she's always trying to put her nose in my business.
We're talking about a woman that occasionally looks through his windows.
No!
Oh.
Yeah. Just to see what I'm doing so she can rag on me later.
Point of order.
That's called voyeurism.
But hang on. She went, oh, I think I'm going to call the cops. And she did.
Wow.
For being told to mind her own business.
Point of order. Paranor lives in a small town.
I live in a Baptist town.
It's a ratio of small town to nutter butter. The smaller the town, the nuttier the butter gets.
Goalers.
The more concentrated it is. Yeah.
I can see why you get high all the time, dude.
It's literally all salted peanuts.
Because if you live in a large city, this stuff never happens.
Yeah.
Unroasted salted peanuts.
Well, Halifax, which is the metro, or Halifax, Dartmouth, is the Austin, Texas of Nova Scotia. Otherwise, you're in Alabama North, dude.
Pretty much. I live in the Bible Belt, the Annapolis Valley, so...
Oh, wait, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm in the Annapolis Valley.
Oh, yeah?
Shit, we're literal neighbors.
So then you know. You know the pain.
I'm in the main town of Kings County, put it that way.
Okay.
The main
Bible Belt, I would suspect you're more around down the Paradise Lost area.
Not too far off.
I looked up the definition of Canada, and it just says it's a lot like Hogwarts.
Yep.
There's still magic up here.
It's a magical land there, Red.
It's a magical land that probably doesn't exist, that we only heard about in stories.
We have rivers of maple syrup, and they just flow for kilometers.
Oh, is that fucking... Damn, I might come up there and go swimming.
I'm sure there's some people trying to jump off the mountains and fly in brooms, but I don't know.
Hang on a second. I have to caution Redline. Yeast infection.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Hey, we have nude beaches.
All that sugar, man. Not a good thing.
Hey. In Ontario, women can go topless.
Hey, at least this is the hangout that we had, like the hangout we had a while ago, in which somebody
never seen one, but they can.
At least this isn't like that hangout we had a while ago, in which we had somebody come in talking about the yeast infection they had on their dick that made the top layer of skin fall off. That was fun.
Ugh. Ew.
Yeah, apparently it's a thing. I don't know. I think he might have been trying to troll us, but if so, he did a poor job because we're not easily alarmed here.
It's like it kind of reminds me of that one meme I saw where it's like a guy riding his bike and he passed a lady that didn't have a top on or a shirt, and the guy just riding his bike, smiling, the biggest grin on his face, and he says, "You know, some days just start out better than others."
I was totally expecting to hear him falling off his bike.
Of course, with me, I'll probably get eyes would be locked on, run into a tree, embarrass myself, broken nose maybe.
Incidentally, just as a quick footnote, Lurkers Lounge, random hangouts like this, as well as things like Insomnia Shuffles, all get put unlisted afterwards and end up on channel playlists so they don't clutter up the channel. Just making that quick footnote. Also, since it is that time of month, I do have to pimp the Patreon for a moment. I am Shadow Heathen on Patreon if you want to support the channel, and if you don't, you don't. It doesn't really matter one way or the other. But it's right toward the end of the month is the time when I do this, and starting in a couple days I can stop, which is kind of nice.
Send him money so he can expose your cults.
Yeah, and another news, I do have a wish list, and unlike Brett Keen's, I will actually let you know that mine is a wish list, and I'm not losing my house. If any of y'all have $500 to spare, so I can get myself a nice cannon for more shuttle launch, or not shuttle, SpaceX launch explosions, that'd be great.
Well, anyway, now that we're done with the whoring.
There we go. Now that we're done with the whoring.
Yeah, at least I feel bad about it, Redline. I at least have the decency to feel bad about it. Come on, Redline.
Yeah.
Don't let Rand Campbell be the judgment of Canada. Don't let that be the be-all, end-all.
No. The judgment of Canada for me would have to be Justin Bieber. In that case, go fuck yourself.
I'd even take him over Rand Campbell.
Where's Saitan from again?
I forgot.
Just saying.
But how do you know that?
Take him back. Just take him back.
Isn't Saitan bugger Canadian?
Just take him back and give him back his little factory job, and the world will be a better place.
Indian Jubilee and Rand Campbell, and unfortunately.
Oh, wait, the music band Rush. Never mind. Okay. I thought he was talking about Limbaugh for a minute there. I'm like, what was he Canadian?
Well, Pruden will tell you all about Rush.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz is Canadian.
No,
he was born in Calgary.
Yeah, kind of.
He was born in Calgary.
Giving up his citizenship, we have no more claim to him. He threw it away, so fuck yeah.
I love how all like everyone from Canada, you look up an article about it, because everyone's like, good riddance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, but the thing is, I understand that, but I want him to be harassed as much as Obama was for his citizenship.
I do too. I really would like that, but he won't be. Because it was the GOP that spearheaded that, and the GOP's on his side, so it won't happen.
Yeah, but there is some sort of technical thing where he may actually not be eligible.
Well, that'd be based upon law, not based upon anyway.
Nationality.
Well, it's okay. The thing is, it's a matter of the reading of it, in terms of what counts as being a citizen of the U.S. or not. It's just really kind of weird. I don't know. I read into it at one point, and I'm like, oh, I kind of understand, but it basically there's a ruling that's gone either way depending on which court's presiding, and because of that, it could be challenged. But if so, there's a 50-50 chance based if they're going by precedent. So
we have to identify that he would never ever win to begin with.
No, so who gives a shit? But ultimately, but yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm Canadian, and I'm... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, wait. Strawman Atheist just asked where the Vigilant Christian was from. Is he Canadian?
Yeah, he is. He is Canadian. Yeah.
Oh, you have just lost most of your credibility from that. As a country, mind you.
I haven't lost much credibility because I don't really like this country all that much. So.
We've got Harper.
Must be the maple syrup.
Steve. Sorry.
Heave Steve, 2015.
Well, I am going to be making a trip up to Canada soon, maybe to meet all my pals up there. That would be nice. I heard you guys got good maple syrup, so I'm gonna give it a shot.
Poutine bacon. Don't forget the back bacon.
Go to BC. There's donuts that have maple syrup bacon.
And since the Tampa Bay Lightning lost the Stanley Cup, I got no qualms over there, I would hope.
Well, if you're a hockey fan, you're going to have to come to Nova Scotia and visit me, eh? Because I'm like 20 minutes away from the birthplace of hockey, eh?
All right, how often? Wait. How often does Nova Scotia actually win a game?
There is no team for Nova Scotia. There we go.
Well, then.
Don't win.
Little irony.
There
We're
you
one of the
go.
have-not provinces. We don't have a team. We don't have anything else.
You're gonna have to teach me.
I hate hockey.
You're gonna have to teach me how to speak Canadian and also French while I'm there.
Well, no, just go to Montreal and get the hookers.
Hall.
Well, I'm waiting till Red decides to leave the U.S. to go visit somebody, and once he's in not America, try to visit people that are in other far regions of not America.
Yeah, well, I have plans. Go to Canada, go to the UK, and also meet up with Angry Pumpkin while I'm there.
Okay, Red. When you say you're coming to Canada, let's not make a Gary mistake. Who do you know in Canada right now you want to go visit?
Oh, absolutely nobody, honestly.
Because the phony Beatlemaniac mistake was he came to Canada to go see some people here in Ontario, and then he thought he would just go off to Saskatchewan and Alberta to go see some people, and that should only take like maybe a day to drive there.
Good luck.
He was like,
no, you're better off to fly. Because what you don't have roads that go out there. No, it's if you fly, it will take you less than a day. If you drive, it will take you a week.
Yeah, and you won't want to kill yourself after seeing the same scenery for that week.
No, that's only one little spot in Saskatchewan. When you hit that and you're on a bus, you realize the scenery hasn't changed.
Fuck you, Headless. Fuck you.
Well, from what I understand, if you
and then you start getting the nick of fits.
No. From what I understand, from talking with folks like Muskie, if you go in the dead of winter and you just get in the middle of Canada, you can sit there and have a conversation with everyone in the country all at once because sound travels so far.
The joke is that you can see your dog running away for 5 days.
Yeah.
That's Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Just be careful of the moose.
Gary's like, I'm gonna come and have a beer with you. I'm like, where are you going? And he's like, Ontario. I'm like,
well, in the past, Muskie's made the comment that he can sit there and hear his neighbors 3 or more miles away in the dead of winter.
Yeah, because they're yelling.
Well, no, actually talking, because it's just that fucking dead and quiet.
Well, yeah, we have to remember that Muskie's from Muskoka, so probably someone had too much hooch in there, just started yelling.
I'll put this in scale for everyone. World War II, Allied troops went from Normandy, France, to Berlin, Germany. Both France and Germany fit in Northern Ontario.
Oh.
You see, and all I'll say, I wanted to say hi to Rick this game and give him a hard time.
Well, he's, I believe, out west in BC.
He's on an island.
He's on an island? Oh, kick ass.
Yeah.
They got bridges.
It looks nice, actually.
So it doesn't require me swimming or renting a boat or something.
Well, you could take a ferry, you could swim if you wanted to, but they do have bridges.
Yeah, there's been a distinct improvement in infrastructure in Canada in the last 10 years.
Yeah, they put the bridges in sometime in the 90s.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that it is Narnia? I distinctly heard you say you can take a ferry.
I said it was
or fawn if you're
anyway.
Yeah.
So Tinkerbell's up there and she'll help ferry you across, will she? Okay, I get it now. So it is friggin' Narnia. Okay.
I met him, Tinkerbell. Yep.
I just want to meet everyone in Canada because you Canadian people sound very interesting.
Hey, Red.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Red, I was just going to say, though, but, since the Earth is flat, as long as you get a telescope that can see far enough, you don't have to go visit Rick, because you can just stand outside and just wait, right?
Yeah. Ooh! Oh, shit. You are absolutely right. Hold on. Okay. Can someone send me an Amazon link for a 100x telescope? Because that's all I need, to see.
You might have to wait and do it on a clear day.
Oh, I see. That's the issue. That's the fucking issue. Okay.
And the Rocky Mountains might get in the way, so.
I'm sorry, because Ah, fuck. Let me get
Hey, did I
Dranism's
just see Mr. Mouty bounce off the hangout because it was full?
I don't know. I wasn't looking, but I told him to let me know if he needs a slot, and I'll give him one.
Well,
Yeah,
according,
I can,
according to Dranism's equations, which works because reasons, because I'm 6'6", I should only be able to see 3 miles. But if I'm a midget, I'm only supposed to see 2.
Oh, wait, yep, he bounced off. Okay.
Okay, I'm out. Have a good
Okay.
day, guys.
And Red,
Thanks, Lee.
how far could you see if you stood on a chair?
If I stood on a chair, not that much further, I would assume.
Well, you'd be at least 1.5 feet taller.
I'm
I'm
surprised
sure he
he
has
makes that fucking comparison that height dictates how far you can see in your line of sight. No, dipshit, has nothing to do with that.
Mouty man!
Well, now hold on though. If the midget was to be standing in a ditch,
Well,
and
wouldn't
you
probably
were
see
standing in a
anything.
ditch,
okay,
you wouldn't be
but
able to see further than the midget.
let's stop poking fun at the flat earthers for a minute. Mouty man has come here. How you been, man?
Hey, gang.
It's been
Been pretty
ages.
Hello.
Good day, sir.
Mouty,
Okay,
I have
okay,
a bone to pick with you.
Christopher. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll say, Mouty, I have a bone to pick with you.
All right, let's do it.
All right, you were supposed to pay me your sexy man tax, and I haven't received it. What gives?
Oh shit! What is that? Like every cent on the dollar?
More like every dollar on the cent, motherfucker.
Damn! Oh, look at these guns. Oh.
Oh my god. Yeah, so if you can get that check written out to me,
That's okay, man. I just need your PayPal account, and I'll be.
that'd be great.
I'll have to do some installments.
Okay.
Careful about showing off those
Viking.
guns. I think Heavy's getting heated.
Holy shit.
No, I was just going to say that, Christopher, I ain't heard your little growl in a while. How about throwing it out?
There you go.
You don't have to pay Red anything. You just go get your tax exemption card out and show them.
Damn it. Don't
Yeah,
give
I
them
mean,
the
sure,
secrets, man. I'm gonna buy a fucking camera here.
Can I
How's
say
everybody
something,
doing, man? I've spoken to Heavy recently, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Jordy.
Turn the vibrator off, dude.
And you were
Grinded metal.
turn the vibrator off.
Is
Andy?
that me? Yeah.
No, that was Jordy. No, you were trying to say something.
I definitely would have felt that if it was.
No, as far as I remember, the last time I talked to you, I think was before the stroke.
No.
Or was it just after?
There was a hang that we had where you were talking about your left hand not working really well, and we talked bass.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We
Because
kinda-
which I can't play.
How is your left hand? How is your body? How's the
Still
post-stroke?
not quite there. I'm almost at the point of being able to type, but I still don't have the span yet. Because yeah, not so much. Can't do that yet. No, just no.
They got you in a PT or OT?
They had me in both, but they only paid for so many sessions, so I'm basically done with it.
Okay.
I could go to one more PT session, but I'm kind of like screwed at this point. Most of the recovery's been on my own anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, the things that they teach you are stuff that you're supposed to be able to do at home anyway.
Yeah, I got my balls.
Okay. That's almost as big as my balls.
Yeah.
That's all right. You should see his pickle.
Yeah.
Oh, we over in
Pickle, man.
It's more of a
no,
Cornichon.
not that.
It's more of a
No.
Cornichon. It's
No. Actually, we went over on. We were hanging out on Drags earlier, and we were tearing apart this thing that Matt Slick did with Bible thumping wingnut and whatnot. So I grabbed this picture of a pickle that looked a little interesting, and we had that in front of him.
the most recent one, Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paranor has it up.
It's
Check
so
out
interesting.
Paranor's picture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Paranor's picture. There we go. Yeah. So we did a nice little optical illusion with a pickle there.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh yeah, the
Isn't it?
screenshots I took. Great stuff there.
Well, the thing is, he was saying things horrible, so I figured let's be horrible right back.
Slick was being slick. Oh man, I think my favorite part about Matt Slick is just how condescending he is.
Yeah.
Like he really thinks he's as smart as he thinks he is.
Yeah,
Which is weird because like there's a whole bunch of us out there that are like, acknowledging that we don't know much and we're willing to learn and understand, from other people. He doesn't. He has no inputs.
Yeah.
He is here to tell us how
Output
it
only.
is.
You got
He
it.
is the authority, the voice of God. Yeah, and even his I have a bit of a radio announcer voice. 13 does as well. You know what I mean? So like there are those of us that have like a certain way of talking, but he has it. From him, it fucking makes my skin crawl. There's something about him having a radio announcer voice in the way that he says what he has to say.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, dude, you need to eat a cock. Oh,
well, he's starting with a pickle.
Yep.
Yeah.
But at the same point, it's we can sit there and we can be in a hangout and we can say things like 16 tons of hurtling steel. But for him, it's just like yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he really does make me want to put a
Sunday.
Sorry. You got it. Yeah.
Live at the Spectrum. Jesus Christ.
Monster Truck Jesus Christ Rally.
Coming again. Exactly. Oh, that's such an East Coast thing, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
They call him the Big Black Monster for a reason.
Reason.
Is that an East Coast thing?
I mean, maybe it exists elsewhere, but
I
have that in my memory.
hang on. After moving to Texas, I've never heard anything like that. They don't seem to have something. Now they have plenty. They actually have a lot more monster truck rallies down here than they did up there. But not once will you hear Sunday. You just don't hear it.
Yeah, like those are radio commercials that I grew up with. Live, funny car, monster truck.
Prepare for the midgets.
Midget throwing Jesus Christ. Live at the Spectrum.
You must be a New Englander too, then, Mowdy.
What's that?
Are you a New Englander by birth? New England.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought it was a Jersey thing, just because, like, that kind of commercial, I don't really hear anywhere else when I've traveled anywhere else in the U.S.
No, up in Massachusetts, they had it through most of the. I almost said TriStar Metroplex. Most of New England Metroplex.
Okay.
How's this, Mowdy? I'm just across the lake from Buffalo.
Hey, hang on, whoa. Headless, hang on a second. Let Lelu finish, please.
Lally.
Nothing big. I was
Lally,
just saying
Lally.
we had it definitely in the New England and the Hartford things. So.
Okay, go ahead, Headless.
Mowdy, I'm just across the lakes here in Ontario from Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
And we used to get those commercials on TV here for stuff going on in New York.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, New York, right? Like New York.
That
Exactly.
lake area there. Right.
It's like the morning DJ voice. You know what I mean? I know that the morning DJ Zoo Crew thing exists across the United States, but I very much remember it as being mostly an East Coast thing that bled out to the rest of the nation. Zoo, like Z100 and fucking Howard Stern and like all those cats. Like, that's right, it's Beaver and the Cooch live right here, traffic time. Like that kind of commercial.
Yeah, you're much better at those than I am.
And I'm sorry if I offended anybody with Beaver or Cooch. I love Beaver.
No, it's just like listening to.
Two at a time.
Listen to American radio. Like back in the UK, we have like two presenters, so that while one of them's having a sandwich or something, the other one can be speaking. And here they seem to have like two presenters, so that while one of them's inhaling, the other one can be speaking. Yeah, it's just constant voice. There's no breaks at all. The guy takes a really deep breath. He's like.
Oh yeah.
And the other one's like.
It's a fear of dead air.
You're giving the traffic or something while the guy's just taking a breath, and then the other guy needs to stop and take a really deep breath, and the first guy starts speaking less fast.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
It's a little embarrassing.
Yeah, and just for everyone here, the beaver is a proud and noble animal.
And so is the Cooch.
However, hang on. However, when you're sitting there and you're driving down the street and you're driving through one little area, East Texas, and you pass by this lovely little camp that identifies itself as being a camp for Girl Scouts. And the camp's name is Beaver Pass-Through. It's a little weird. Or Beaver, just about anything for that matter.
Too funny. By the way,
Well,
Molly,
there's actually
coochie coo.
Andy?
So there's actually a very good Peruvian chicken restaurant out in Queens called Wanker.
And Newfoundland has a town called Dildo.
We've talked about this before, Headless. Do you remember what there's that Buffalo Kill? What the fuck's it called?
Head smashed in Buffalo Jump.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's
Thank
an
you.
actual place in Canada.
Wow.
It would be renamed if anyone really lived there.
I think there's a place that's near me. I think it's either L'Orange or somewhere else, but it's called the Land of Rape and Honey, and they want to change that.
The land of rape and
Rape
honey?
seed, people. It's rape seed, please. No trigger words needed.
Okay.
Yep.
Jordy, please, you have to remember some SJWs do watch this. So please, trigger warning when talking about this.
Well, no, wait.
It's not on air as far as I can see.
No.
We're on.
No, sorry,
on
we are on. Sorry, I forgot to switch my thing for the moment. The live
Now-
light's on, though. Yeah, sorry about that.
Now let's see who we can offend with this one. In Northern Ontario, we have a town that's called Swastika, Ontario.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so.
They've tried changing the name, and the locals just won't do it.
They changed the name to Aryan Nation.
Oh.
No, they've tried. They've come in and put up new signs. The locals go down, tear down the old signs, and put up the old. Tear down the new and put up the old. They're not changing their name.
That is something else.
To be fair, the swastika was a symbol of peace before Hitler took it.
It was.
That's
And
why
it's
they're
reversed.
not-
The mirror image. The mirror image.
That's why they refuse to change that name.
Yeah. Because it was co-opted by some other country doesn't make it... Anyway.
Yeah. And I don't mean to make this serious all of a sudden, but I have to admit that in today's culture, I literally find myself trying to change the way that I insult. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, in other words, like, I grew up calling people that I didn't like pussies, or, using a gender-specific language to insult people. And now it's like I've grown to the age where, like, I decided that that's kind of shitty. So, like, when I find myself, like, telling somebody to, like, suck a dick or whatever, I, like, I have to, like, I have to totally change the way that I think so that I don't say that, but I still insult them, like, suck a shit, or, fuck you, or, like...
Well, the thing is, I don't think suck a dick needs to necessarily be changed all that much, because it's not like you're going to say suck a vagina.
Yeah, from one dude saying it to another. In my mind, it has the implication of, well, because you're gay, and gay being a bad thing, suck a dick. And so I have to. I find myself having to change the way that I talk. Like, I don't want to stop insulting people. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to stop insulting people, but I'm literally changing the way that I do it because, hey man, the times they are a changing.
If it encourages
cultural definitions.
If it encourages creativity, I'm all for it.
Yeah, depending on what you say and who you say it to, they may go, "Ooh, thank you."
Exactly.
Sure.
Like, so not an insult. Like, hey, what if I did fucking suck a bag of dicks? What's it to you? And it's like, oh shit, that's my favorite insult.
One bag or two.
I think the English people have the best insults that I've ever heard. I don't know.
I'll go for Irish. I'll go for Irish. I'd have to side with the Irish on that one.
Irish.
Yeah.
Angry Pumpkin.
You must not be experienced with Angry Pumpkin then.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yep.
All right. You want the best insult?
Yes.
You call somebody a shit pump.
No, actually, no.
You can apply it to anybody. And it's true.
Angry
you put
Pumpkin
food
can
in
still
one
win.
end, and they shit out the other. That's all they are, is a shit pump.
That is good. That's a shit pump.
That's very good.
There's so many things wrong with that.
Doesn't matter what you are, who you are, where you come from. You're a shit pump.
I don't know. I found myself opting towards fuckstick lately.
Fuckstick is good. I need to, and that's the thing. I need to change my like go-tos, because my go-tos are sexist. I have to admit, that's how I was raised, and I'm having
this is because you were raised
a crisis about it.
Well, no. This is because you were raised in New York. In New England, we grew up with wonderful things like, "Shut up, you fucking beanhead."
Oh, that's anti-Mexican.
No, beanheads. We're talking baked beans here.
Oh,
moron.
bean. Oh, okay.
Yeah, fucking beanhead. Yeah.
He's a Bean Town.
Well, what's funny is I have an aunt whose nickname was Beaner. It still is, and having nothing to do with Mexicans. Now that I know that Beaner is a slur for like wetbacks, fucking Mexicans.
Yeah.
It's weird having grown up. Also, I mean, I was raised old school racist. My dad was in a fucking leather gang in the 50s, like straight up switchblade fights, like all that.
Yeah, the greased up hair.
Totally, Vaseline.
Ew, lovely.
So like the stories that I grew up on, idolizing my pop, like I still do, are the worst stories. They're nothing to brag about.
And so I saw this black guy, and I says...
I'm seeing Sylvester Stallone in Rhinestone Cowboy at this point.
Oh.
Well, no, John Travolta was in Rhinestone Cowboy, or was in, Urban Cowboy. And Sylvester Stallone and Henry Winkler were in The Lords of Flatbush. So The Lords of Flatbush, that's how my dad grew up.
Wow.
If anybody remembers that movie, and if you don't,
I'm trying not to.
I saw it years ago.
I think so. I've seen it.
I'm actually trying to forget both of those. God, Rhinestone Cowboy. God, that fucking song. Oh.
Did Sylvester Stallone have an earring and Henry Winkler worked as a mortician? Or a coroner?
No, they were members of a gang.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of another movie then.
You're talking about the one Love Brokers with Michael Keaton and Henry Winkler, where they were morticians that turned out to be pimps.
No.
That's Night Shift.
Night Shift.
The one
movie.
That had what's her name from Cheers, the blonde.
Yes.
Maybe I'll have to look for it. Remember, the one guy has an earring. He got the earrings to get out of the draft. The other guy was injured, and that's why he's a coroner now.
It might be. It might be.
Actually, somebody just referenced the insult of asshat, which brings to mind German Yiddish, which a friend of mine used to know a bit of. And one of the insults was "gekaket v'nyam," which is "go shit in your hat."
Well, fakta. What is it? What's the insult in Yiddish? De facto. Is that it?
I don't.
It's almost like a madagan. A madagan in Italian is like somebody who's non-Italian.
I don't know. I really don't know. It was a friend of mine that knew German Yiddish, but they had some great insults. One of them, and unfortunately I can't remember how to say it, was like Luthusalaka Dellenbar was basically how it would sound with my New England accent back in the day, which is what he was as well. So, but it translated to "You're as useless as a horse's erection at a wedding," and I thought that was one of the most creative insults I'd ever heard.
Yeah, that's nice. That's real nice.
And it was Shelley Long.
Shelley Long, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
IMDb for the win.
I'm susceptible to
I used to live with somebody that he was Jewish and he was raised in the same kind of old school racism as me, except the Yiddish version. And his pop used to come visit us, and we'd have dinner. And he'd be like, oh, don't do that. That's what the Schwarzes are for. It's like, holy shit, am I having dinner with Mel Brooks? What's going on?
Oh, that would be incredible.
Could you imagine?
I'd like to imagine it.
Oh, Mel Brooks. I mean, those old school movies just flew in the face of anything that's politically correct.
Well, Blazing Saddles.
Exactly. Where are your white women at?
Well, you have to remember that was rewritten several times, and the curly-haired Gene Wilder did his part, but he brought Richard Pryor on board to make it work because nobody else could.
Well, Richard Pryor wasn't in Blazing Saddles.
No, he wrote it. He co-wrote it with Wilder.
He was part of the writers?
Yeah, because they couldn't get it working. It just didn't. It was too racist, or it didn't just. They couldn't get it right. Richard Pryor made it right.
I mean, even the fact that the Count Basie Orchestra is playing in the middle of the desert as they ride by on horses. There's something weird and racist about that. Oh my god! And the
You remember that scene?
Oh hell yeah! I've got it on DVD, man.
I mean,
and the miner who just spoke in gibberish.
oh, the old prospector.
Yes, the prospector. I'm tired. I'm so tired.
Oh, Madeline Kahn. Madeline Kahn was blazing hot back in the day.
What the hell?
Like, such a cutie.
From
She
microblogism, in Danish we have the insult, and I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong because they have this weird, like, oh, with the line through thing. Rovbanan, which means ass banana. Interesting.
Oh, that's
insult.
Yeah, but
New
that's not an
Zealand
insult. I mean, it's almost not an insult unless you're TJ.
Well, yeah.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did, and well played.
What I meant to say was, he's such an amazing atheist.
He's so amazing, he named himself once.
Yeah.
And Lunatic got it right. He said
That
we
was
have that
pretty
insult
fucking
in
awesome.
English. He said we have that insult in English too, Micro. It's called Ray Comfort.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Someone laugh
no.
out loud like that.
Wait, is he Canadian too?
No, New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
Ooh.
Australian or New Zealandish.
Okay, he's a blight from another country then, okay.
And unfortunately, in Canada, we have Ian Juby.
Ooh.
I've corresponded with Ian. Ian is actually a semi-sweet of a person to correspond with. He will put you off and not, he has yet to be on, well, I don't have a show anymore, but when I did have a show, I kept saying, like, hey, how's things going now? Every couple of months I had to correspond with him, and he would reply with the sweetest message. No, I'm really busy still, and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. But
blowing
yeah, to watch his videos, it's like, oh, no, this guy thinks he knows things.
Well, it almost sounds like he lives in his mother's basement still.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
And can I just say welcome to the Burnouts Club, Mouty?
Hold on.
You're among friends here.
Yeah.
Paranor, I happen to have a general idea where Ian Juby's from, based on information he put on his own website.
But hang on.
They don't have basements up there, so it's definitely got to be an attic.
But Headless, hang on though. Jordy was saying something important. He was inviting Chris to the Burnouts Club.
Oh.
I said, welcome to the YouTube Burnouts Club. You're welcome here and among friends.
Yeah.
Is that what this is? This is the Burnouts Club?
Well, some of us are, certainly.
Some of us
I
are.
got fed up with the conversation a while ago. Granted, I've had a resurgence lately a little bit because I'm a little pissed off.
Well, give me a goddamn break. I just reinstated my account a week ago, and within that week, now I fucking kicked a hornet's nest somehow by commenting on a video. What the fuck?
Yeah,
they're going to be all over you right away, Mouthy.
Yeah, it's because you said you were leaving and leaving for good, and now you're back, so obviously you lied.
Now,
no, it has nothing to do with that.
Right?
Hang on. Wait, before we go any further with this, Chris, I have to introduce you. I must introduce you to somebody, Chris. Hang on.
All right.
Yes, Chris hasn't seen Llama.
Drama Llama Ding Dong!
Shamalama Ding Dong. Hey, didn't you produce the Sixth Sense? M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong?
Yeah, might have been.
I think that was his cousin.
I literally reinstated my account because I got invited by who is it, Richard Firth Godby here, to go on to be a part of his community called Deep Thoughts, right? Because he has the show every 2 weeks. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I can't be a part of the community unless I reinstate my account. So I reinstated my account, and so that means I'm able to comment on YouTube videos and stuff. And then Chaz puts out the video, and I comment on it, and people fucking are up my ass like, while you're up there, why don't you kiss it? Jesus Christ.
Whoa, what?
What was the comment that got them so worked? Actually, I'm sure it's something stupid and innocuous.
Chaz made a video about botting, and then I made a comment to the effect of, everything that's wrong with the internet in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, his video was bang out.
I remember that.
And see, this is the reason I hate this community so much. Like, not hate, but there's people I certainly loathe, but the general community is really, I want someone to fight with. I want someone to fight with, and I want to destroy them, and I want to attack their personality.
They want to get their frustrations out because they can't get it out any other way, unfortunately.
See, this is why I don't do it. I haven't done it, and I like lurking, and I like writing about things. I don't know. This is the first time
this whole social media thing has always been off limits.
Feedback.
But, oh yeah, I don't have headphones on. I'm sorry.
But yeah, the community in general, most of these communities are toxic by nature. And frankly, it's almost better to be on the periphery, but at the same point, most of the people that participate are also technically on the periphery. They usually aren't even in the hangouts. They're not really doing much of anything but being obnoxious in comments. And I'm enjoying that the audience I have right now, I'm not really dealing with much of that. Hi, Gadfly.
You
anyway, you
southern son of a bitch.
Yeah, Shadow, you said something about you're getting more back into it because you're angry, I think you said.
In terms of the religious side of the discussion, yeah, that me being pissed off is part of what got me back into it. Because, you know, I sat there, I had a freaking stroke. Right. And, you know, then all of a sudden you have people sitting there doing well, you know, we'll pray for you and stuff. I'm like, no. I'll tell you what I'm going to do about this. I'm going to actually start a Minecraft server and have a bunch of friends that aren't going to tell me to just pray it, but try to pray it better, that are going to help me actually work on fixing the cognitive problems, help me work on the issues with the mobility of my hand, etc. I'm going to do something about it. So stop sitting there going, oh, or try to claim that I was somehow being punished by God for being an atheist.
Really?
I got that too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
You know, that's where he's having to pull his foot out of their ass.
So I have a question. How does that work that when a Christian has a stroke?
Shadow, tell the story of how you got your arm working again.
So my arm, at this point, I can't even move my shoulder. My arm is just dead to me. I'm sitting there laying in the bed, and this woman comes in and says, well, you know, at least it wasn't that bad. It was only an arm. At least it wasn't a leg. And I said, I write. She's like, well, what does that have to do with anything? Like, I write. You know, my world exists. You know, I'm writing. I actually have a book. Well, at the point, I'm waiting to get the editing done now because my editor is a little out of commission at the moment. But in any case, you know, writing books and whatnot, this kind of thing. I have one that's supposed to be coming out in the relatively near future. And she's like, but yeah, I mean, but why would you want your arm working when you know, if you wouldn't be able to walk right if you didn't have a leg? I'm like, and I actually reach up to try and choke the little bitch, and I'm like, hey, my arm's working, great.
I heard that story and I didn't hear the end of it.
Yeah, she pissed me off that bad that I literally started reaching up for her throat, mostly involuntarily. I'm like, hey, look, my arm.
Power of will, not
pissed
woo.
Me off. But yeah, that did it.
Well, obviously you repented of your sins, and that God helped and semi-cured you, right?
Yeah, he sent her to bless you. Sort of. Kind of. Don't boot me, please.
I can't boot you.
And hello, Sokka.
Hello, Sokka.
Where is Sokka?
I think he's
in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm not. I ain't even seeing that. Okay. I don't even have that open.
Yeah, 13's back on the little bandwagon, unfortunately.
Yeah, basically, I'm pissed off at all these people that are running around saying how great this God character is and all this. Because if you're going to stipulate that such a thing even exists, then it's a real asshole. You know, born, grew up with a desire to write and all this other stuff, had everyone around me trying to get in my way of it, finally get to the point that I'm sitting there working on getting the book ready to be published, and then another damn stroke to the point that I'm not that I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to write again. Both physically with the hand as well as some of the cognitive damage of trying to track connections between things. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. If there is some kind of divine thing, it clearly hates me.
Well, as I'm fond of pointing out, Proverbs 3:5-8, that is sin codified. It tells you have to be a slave to gain God's love.
Yeah, kiss my ass.
Yeah, and of course, you know, no matter what happens, how tragic it is and horrible it is and heartbreaking to you or your loved ones or the nation or whatever, it's all part of God's plan. Everything's going to work out, honey. Amen.
Well, there's another thing too, which is, you know, we sit there and we deal with all these people that are like intelligent design and trying to do these notions that require mind-body dualism, and I'm like, I've got news for you. My brain, when it was sending a signal to my arm and my arm wasn't working, there was no way for me to manually do that. I needed to reestablish the connections, which takes time. It's not just this magical, hi, I'm the puppet master controlling my body. No, you can lose control. It's all here.
And
tell me about intelligent design when, due to my biology, I'm prone to having plaque buildup within veins, and one of them in my brain has this plaque buildup that can just float downstream and just start taking out parts of my brain whenever it wants to.
And I can say I witnessed neural reconnection in real time live.
It's kind of cool, along with Redline, yeah. A couple others. That was funky. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, for a while I couldn't close my hand like this. I could just kind of, and I was kind of opening it, but I couldn't actually close it properly. If I remember correctly, it was closing, not opening. But regardless, I felt this pain in my head while I'm sitting there in the Hangout and talking to people and all this other stuff. And it was just this brief pressure here and then just spread out. And I'm like, oh, that was really weird. And they're like, look at your hand. I'm like, oh, wow.
Whoa, wow.
Which kind of cool.
Went away for a little while, didn't it?
Very briefly. It started getting harder to do, but I just had to keep focusing on it because once that opened up, I just had to keep doing it. But initially it was like doink, 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 no problem. Then it was like, but the connection was made.
So that dualism thing, is that like your mind is sort of out there somewhere?
Yeah, it's trying to. A lot of the
controlling you or something.
Kind of, yeah. It's basically that you have the soul, and that's really your mind. What you think with is your spirit, not with your body. Yeah, kiss my ass.
Yep. The brain is the body is the brain, and the mind is just what
the
comes out of the brain. And Micro's going to kill me on this because it's inaccurate, but we are literally the spark between the gaps.
But, I mean, that's the thing is, so, you know, I sit there and intelligent design and all these other arguments. I'm like, no, shut the hell up. Yeah, sit there and make these, and I feel like the arguments are just even more, they just anger me, you know? It's like...
You don't have pain receptors in the brain. Well, we don't have pain receptors in the heart, but when we have a heart attack, we still hurt like hell somewhere else.
Yeah. But, you know, this is kind of the kicker, is you have these people running around and saying, you know, there's this good God, there's this loving God, and he gives us all our special gifts and talents. Yeah. Talk to me about that. Go ahead.
As you know, I always say that God is a mental virus which corrupts the ego and takes over ownership.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm being a little bit intolerant these days, which is funny because, you know, my wife's a theist and I haven't said anything to upset her yet along these lines. But she's a theist. She believes.
Red is tolerant.
She isn't dedicated to these ridiculous bullshit philosophical arguments to try and sit there and say, oh, well, you must believe because I'm going to try and argue you into it. Stop that.
And Red also has a heart.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't hear her, but she's like, yeah, that kind of stuff pisses me off. I mean, because this is the thing is, you know, you have somebody, they're having a hard time, they're doing this, that, and the other thing. And I understand that sometimes there's nothing you can do and you just want to offer an empty sentiment of, you know, well, how about, well, I'm sorry this happened to you and I care and I hope you get better, as opposed to, oh, pray for you, like that's supposed to, no. I tell you what, I'll think for you, okay? How about some actual empathy as opposed to sitting there and just throwing out meaningless words?
It'd have to consider you an individual person upon your own to be able to do that.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, so I'm being a little bit intolerant these days, but it's because I'm annoyed. Because it's one thing when you're having these arguments and you're perfectly fine. It's another thing when you find out there's physically something wrong with you based upon your own biology. And yeah, sorry. This is not intelligently designed.
And to be fair, to make myself look even more like a moderate theist, Effie was in here the other day and everyone was having a nice passive conversation where no one was getting aggressive. Yeah. So not all of these people are like that. We have Eppies to save us, sort of.
Incidentally, you're right, TJ. I do live in Texas, and Gadfly, aka Sexus Empiricus, should know that.
Interestingly, that same thing of trying to give empty sentiments or good advice, whatever, was what broke me of the woo of
Yeah.
like the. It was like breathe into it. Just yeah, because I have a hip replacement and I'm not even 40 yet, and I have a couple friends who are still really,
I know.
that, and it's you just put your mind, listen to your hip and breathe into it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
How does that work?
You breathe through your mouth and nose, not your hip.
You sound like an animal.
You poke a few holes in it and it'll start breathing for you.
Yeah.
I like
Exactly. I'm like, why don't you just cut it off? Yeah.
Well, it could be worse. At least your friends weren't really into the law of attraction, in which case they'd be claiming that you attracted your hip problems.
Oh, they
I
didn't say
really
that, but
hate
they
those
did
assholes.
give me. They did give me. a lot of stuff like that.
Did
Law
you
of attraction people, I really can't stand. Worse than Joho's.
Did you ever get that? Well, I'm sending healing vibrations your way.
All
Have
the
you heard that?
time. All the
Okay.
time.
I
used
also
to
send
do that.
healing vibrations your way.
That is just as meaningless as the I'll pray for you.
Yeah, I used to do that. I was considered a natural Reiki.
As
As
am
opposed to a
I.
synthetic Reiki.
Yes.
Yeah, well, hold on though. When you're sending those positive vibrations, you actually think you're doing something. When someone just prays, they're thinking about you.
The next time I'll turn on Marky Mark.
Yeah, but I mean, even the Pope recently said, "You pray for somebody that doesn't have anything to eat, and then you feed them." That's how prayer works.
Yes.
That's how prayer
Or
works.
rather, you feed them first, and then you go pray.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Either order. I mean,
either
it's
way
about
they get fed.
behaviors. It's about behaviors that back up, or actions that back up thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Guys, let's be honest, though, there are no starving Christians according to Gmail.
Oh, don't even go there. Let's not go there. Let's just not.
No.
That's a rabbit hole we don't care for right now.
Yeah.
To be fair, he deleted his channel, so he YouTube decided. I don't know if it's really necessarily the proper thing to be shitting on someone who YouTube decided.
He brought all this shit upon
All right.
himself.
All right. You have one more week.
Anyway, it's just been. We
What was
don't
that
need to go down that road.
disaster that happened? I'm sorry. What was that disaster that happened and they sent a plane load of Bibles?
Oh,
Well,
actually, that's not just a Christian thing. When
wasn't that Haiti or was
when
it
the Haiti
I forget.
when the Haiti thing happened, what happens is Travolta sits there and lands in his jet, and they're thinking, "Oh, great," because he asked for clearance because he was bringing aid, he was bringing relief, and they're like, "Oh, this is fantastic." So he's this entire jet. This is Travolta's own jet, and this jet going to be a jet fleet of food and supplies. And they open up the doors, and it's a bunch of Scientologists come down to do touch assists.
Oh.
And they didn't even bother bringing enough food for their own people.
They wanted it catered.
Yeah. Scientology, completely out of touch with reality.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm OT level 8, and I can make things move.
Ah, yeah.
That's what that picture's about.
So can I. It's called picking things up and walking them across the room and putting them down.
You also spent the mandatory $500,000.
Monty's my favorite Martian.
Ooh. No. He's less of a Martian every time he gets audited because you're taking away all those thetan clusters.
True.
You're not auditing thetans at that point. It's thetan clusters at OT8. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're not body thetans. Body thetans get done when you're clear.
Yeah. Well, actually, that
And
starts
then you have to
around about.
go. Then you have to regress. Then you have to go with all of the timelines.
Actually, I think the body thetans start at OT3.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's OT3.
I thought that was
I
the.
think it's after. I think. Well, the
Oh, you're right.
Dianetics
The
clears.
because
yeah.
OT3 is when the space opera is revealed
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
That's
not until
Space
Xenu.
opera?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, Xenu.
Yep.
Isn't I don't know that much, but Xenu's the bad guy, right?
Okay.
The planet, I think.
Here we go. Now it's number 13 to get his nerd on.
All right.
Rock it on, man.
Right.
Quick, get the drama lemma.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can find it.
While he's looking for it, as
I don't remember the script. It's been too long.
I mean, as I remember it, of course, Dianetics allows you to be clear, and that allows you to get rid of your this world body thetans. But then when you get to the operating thetan level, you start getting audited for past timelines. I believe that's the term that they use to get the
whole track. It's auditing the whole track.
The whole track, yes. You're going up the bridge.
Yes, the bridge of total freedom.
The bridge of total freedom, of course. And and you are to get the thetans off of you that have existed in your past lives, and that's the only way. In other words, it's animism. It's pretty much saying that there is a disturbance in your energy in some way, shape, or form, almost like chiropractic, and or chiropractic. And once you remove them,
in terms of their past life beliefs, on my old 13 Heathen channel, I do have a rather long video that goes through their history of the man course material book, and apparently that book was written by one of his sons under the influence of hallucinogenics. So it's interesting.
I bet.
Was it the son that left him and eventually got photoshopped out of all the pictures?
I'm pretty sure it was the son that was found in the trunk of a car in the desert.
Oh, that one.
The gay son, yeah.
I've seen some of the documentaries, but I, of course, not up on my.
They left a lot out of them. A lot.
Apparently so.
Remember, Scientology, the Church of Scientology has a lot of lawyers, and HBO had a lot of lawyers, and it was a lot of was not said.
That's the only reason why they were able to put that out.
Yeah.
I mean, the documentary that they had, which is, by the way, really good. I mean, they got some pretty high up Scientologists to talk smack.
Well, okay, it was fairly good. I will give it that they did a fairly decent job, but there's so much that they didn't cover.
They left out the whole, like, a woman in Florida who was
Lisa McPherson
in the bathtub.
Lisa McPherson, I believe, was actually California, not Florida. I thought it was out by the Celeb Center.
Oh, I thought it was by
No, she was out by Gold Base. She was not over by Clearwater.
I thought she was Clearwater.
I'm pretty sure she was Gold Base. I could be wrong. I have been before. It's been a long time since I was covering that. I got off that back around 2008, 9, 10, somewhere around there.
Well, if you want to learn, if you want to like know that, most people probably know about that because of the unfunny truth of Scientology, anyways. So
yeah.
At least that's how I learned about it.
And what kills me is, like, my favorite rock bass player, Billy Sheehan, Scientologist.
Yeah.
To this day.
Actually, there's a couple things that get me about it. One of which is, they always have Scientologist of the Year, and at their big fundraiser, the one that does the voice of Lisa Simpson donated $10 million to the cult, and Cruz donated $1 million, but they gave Cruz the Scientologist of the Year, and I'm like, really?
And Nancy Cartwright's nuts. Absolutely insane.
Is that right?
Yeah, she actually did calls to she did auto calls. I can't remember which city it was, but she was doing auto calls for auditing for in a certain place for some big event, some big auditing event, as Bart Simpson.
Wow.
Oh.
And for the sake of the person asking out there, it was covered in a lot of depth, which is why it's not going to be featured on Cult Night, or I'm not going to go into the woo side of it, because there's really no point, because it's just repackaged Theosophy when it all comes down to it.
And 13 spent $1 billion years doing
the
it.
13 Heathens channel, my original channel, has all that stuff on it. That channel I had to walk away with, though, because of Creepy Stalker X.
Issues.
Yeah. But yeah, the biggest tragedy, I think, was Jet Travolta. Now, one of the teachings they have there, of course, if it's a psychiatric issue, you just go for auditing. But if it's actual physical issue, they claim, then you go see a doctor, regardless of the fact that in History of Man, they claim that you can make your teeth better, stronger, and get rid of all problems with your teeth through the auditing process. Regardless of the fact that in terms of people that are having seizures...
Also, in the History of Man, L. Ron Hubbard is he was very infatuated with abortions. He talks about abortions constantly.
Actually, according to insiders, he didn't even write that. Granted, he did technically write it, but he did all the quote-unquote research for it by putting one of his sons on hallucinogenics. That's what I was touching on earlier.
Oh.
So he basically had his son, one of his kids, tripping out, and then was asking him what he saw, and then writing based upon that.
So creepy.
It also explains some of the differences in the writing styling. But if somebody's having seizures and what have you, the whole epilepsy thing they claim can be cured with Scientology. So the Travolters were going through Scientology to try and treat Jet, and then when he had his grand mal that killed him, they distanced themselves for a bit after that. But yeah,
sounds like his creativity dried up, and he went as far as he could go and tapped into the quote-unquote crazy side of things.
Yeah.
I love how like that's how you're utilizing hallucinogenics to make up more bullshit.
Yeah.
In which case, a lot of people like open up their mind. Not a lot of people, but some. If people aren't crazy enough as it is, a lot of people will open their minds up to that stuff, and you're using it to like create more bullshit.
Well, my very personal favorite, other than the fact that they talk about the Piltdown Man as being one of your past lives, with exception of that, my very favorite is they talk about electric fields being able to disrupt the thetan, meaning your soul. So basically, Ernest Borgnine nipple clips out for Scientologists.
Wait a minute, Piltdown Man was a hoax.
I know, but it's still part of their track.
Sorry, I took them on for that to sink
I
in.
know, but it's still part of their past live things. And when talking to one of the high up OT8 Scientologists at one point, on an unrecorded call, unfortunately, I referenced that, and he said, "Oh no, it's not actually the Piltdown Man. It's just somebody like the Piltdown Man." I'm like, there wasn't anyone like the Piltdown Man. There was never a human being that used to eat their wives, which is I believe what it says about it.
Yeah, Piltdown Man did not fit in anywhere in between any other of the finds.
Yeah, so basically, anytime somebody's using jumper cables, they're going to disrupt their thetan. Yeah. You got it, TJ.
Jumper cables.
Yeah. Jumper cables are Ernest Borgnine nipple clips for anyone that doesn't know.
And by the way, TJ says, so thetans carry electric charge. I responded to, that's why they're so anti-science except for their science.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, this is one of the things is that they basically it's the electric self, so to speak. Your soul is doing the electric boogaloo, and you are the thetan until you have to get rid of the thetans because you find out that they're from aliens.
Boogaloo, I like that.
Electric boogaloo. Breaking 2.
How did y'all bring Ernest Borgnine in on that?
Frankenstein.
Oh, I thought you said Ernest Borgnine.
Oh, he did for the
Ernest Borgnine nipple clips.
Yeah.
Ernest Borgnine was Frankenstein.
No, jumper cables. Yeah.
Remember the bolt on his neck with the jumper cables on?
Yeah.
Ernest Borgnine played Frankenstein?
Oh, so that's Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
Boris Karloff. Yeah.
No, the Ernest Borgnine nipple clips is a expression I got from a friend of mine. I have no idea what the reference was what it was in reference to. I just don't.
Somebody's got to make that a thing on Amazon.
Hi, Jade.
I'm sure it's from an unbroadcast episode of Airwolf or something.
No.
Oh my God! There's a
Airwolf.
show I haven't thought.
Oh, flashback!
What a deep
it hurts.
cut right there.
Oh.
Great segue.
And if you remember that, you are officially old.
Fellow jumped
What was the main actor? The guy that was like super alcoholic.
Hang on. Andy, what?
Oh no, I was just going into Stringfellow Hawk jump starting Airwolf by wiring it up to Ernest Borgnine's tits.
Oh, that might have worked.
No, Kit and David Hasselhoff.
Oh, okay.
What was the main actor of Airwolf?
Jan Michael Vincent. God, I'm showing my age.
Dan Michael.
Wasn't that the dude? Wasn't he in a bunch
Why
of
do
Disney
you
films?
know that?
Like when he was a teenager, like The Strongest Man Alive. Wasn't that the same actor?
Kurt Russell. Was it Kurt Russell that was in Disney?
Was it Kurt Russell?
Computer Wore Tennis Shoes.
Man, I don't know. Oh, now here
Cesar Romero was.
I'm going to claim Alzheimer's and pretend that I don't remember any of this.
That's horseshit. I'm looking it up right now.
Well, I was around at that time.
Hello, Jade and chat.
You know, Jade, you have a link available somewhere.
Ooh, Jade!
Oh, it was.
Hey, Jade!
If there's no space, I can go.
Oh, there's space. There's space. And heck, if I really wanted to, I could migrate this to an even larger hangout.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't feel like setting up a 15-person right now.
Jade's smart.
It is Kurt Russell, Strongest Man in the World, 1975.
Wow.
Disney.
Now, I think Jan Michael Vincent was in one where he was real fast.
Oh, yes. Where he actually raced a cougar or something, right?
Something like that, yeah.
The fuck?
You said he was the Disney strongest man in the world?
Yeah, look up, just Google Disney Strongest Man in the World, and there's the movie with Kurt Russell. But Fastest Man in the World, I think, was.
I
Vincent.
think that was Jan Michael Vincent, wasn't it? Or did I just? Oh, screw it. Senility.
The world's greatest athlete.
Oh, yes, I remember that. That was a TV movie, wasn't it?
No, 1973, straight up movie. Jan Michael Vincent.
Yeah, and in response to Abraham's comment, race the cougar to fuck. Yeah, everyone pretty much agrees.
And his character's name was Nanu.
Because he was from Africa, right? It was like a retelling of Tarzan, essentially.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. God, those are some memories that hardly get you triggered.
Wasn't it? Christopher Lambert was in the remake of Tarzan.
Yeah, he was.
Pre Highlander.
They used the family name for it.
Grace Stoke or something. Grace Stoke,
Yes.
Legend of
Legend of Greystoke. Yeah.
Yeah. He was excellent. I like Christopher Lambert.
I'm a big fan of Christopher Lambert, actually.
Yeah.
He's been in some abject bollocks, but...
not that this is abject bollocks, but there can be only one.
Take care, microbloganism. Good night.
They can, and there only
Night,
was
Micro.
one, though. All of the sequels were complete toss.
Shit. Yeah. Hey, Abram. Yeah, they were. He tried to rein it back in by becoming the producer in 3, and then it just totally went off the rails on 4. That was more just rehash, I think.
Wow, somebody's got creaky joints.
No, it's the chair.
Right. Nope, it's just somebody showing their age.
You have to wire my iPad into a place where it can't see me because I'm running out of battery.
No, quite alright.
That's better. But it can't see out the window.
We couldn't see before, Andy. You were so dark.
Yeah, the sun went down on me.
Yeah.
Don't
It's okay if we break tradition now and then.
I might be able to wave at Mountie out that window, actually, because I'm just over the Hudson from you.
If you are waving, you're a braver man than I.
The question is really, what is he waving?
Usually his hand.
A pickle.
A pickle. You can go with that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A strangely solid
God,
pickle.
who was that Dutch guy who was a bit like Christopher Lambert, who was in Cool?
Oh,
he was in Flesh and Blood. No. He was in Blade Runner. He was the main replicant in Blade
Runner. Rutger something.
Rutger Hauer.
Yeah, Rutger Hauer. That's what I said first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm lagging.
Yeah. Oh, he was in a lot of cheesy movies.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta love Blind Fury, though. I also do Circumcisions. When he cuts off the guy's bushy eyebrows with the big sword, and he's blind. Some great throwaway lines in there, one-liner things.
I think I've seen a top 10 list with that movie mentioned.
Of course, now for some reason I'm thinking of, what was it, Your of the Hill People or some shit like that? Anyway. Old movie when the guy ends up like turning a pterodactyl into a hang glider or some weird shit like that. It's a fucking weird ass shit movie.
Oh, that's
Isn't that like an episode of MacGyver?
No.
Yes, as well, but no, there's a movie, just Y apostrophe yes.
I thought it was Your.
Oh, it could be Your.
Any movie with a pterodactyl.
Oh,
you need to get off the cliff. You're going to make a hang glider out of one.
You're the hunter from the future.
There we go. That's it. Thank you.
Yep. That was a terrible movie.
Oh, yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I saw that on VHS.
I think it was one of the... no, I never technically saw it. I think I only saw it on MST3K. Best way to.
I don't recognize any names in here.
I'm just looking at stills from the film here on Google.
Oh yeah, you'll find it.
This actually looks like we didn't have enough money, so we couldn't make another Beast Warrior or Beastmaster.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Beastmaster.
This is what you get.
There's a cult classic. Mark Singer, Canadian.
No, I think this was just somebody else's answer to Beastmaster. Like, well, you're gonna make that, I'll make this shitty ass thing.
Yeah. No, that's what it means. But we just don't have the budget, so it's gonna look kind of crap.
And if we're talking about people like Christopher Lambert and Rutger Hauer, we got to mention Max von Sydow.
Mm.
I mean, everything from being Ming the Merciless and to the King in Conan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he was in the Black Hole.
20,000 Leagues, right? Or Black Hole, that's right, Black Hole.
Black Hole, and he was also in Strange Brew with Bob.
When I was 7 or 8, I watched the Black Hole about 1,000,000 times.
I remember that too. Yeah.
Max von Sydow is in Black Hole.
Is that the only name that I recognize was Strange Brew out of that whole list of names?
Max von Sydow wasn't in Black.
No, you talking about the guy with the frizzy hair?
You're talking about Schilling or something.
Yeah,
his daughter was on. His daughter was in 1999, Space 1999.
I can't think of the guy's name. That Maximilian Schell.
Yes, thank you.
And Ernst Borgnine was in it too. Yeah.
Yep. Ernst Borgnine, nipple clips.
Yeah. I like Ernst Borgnine.
Yeah.
Hush.
Actually, some of Rutger Hauer's early Dutch stuff is rather interesting. I remember one movie I saw of his, and he put a piece of paper down on the table, flopped it on the table, and traced his dick and gave it to the lady he was ejecting from his room.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting movie, the Dutch.
I have no words.
I'd love to sit down. Rutger Hauer, I'd love to have a sit-down conversation with him. He was also the Hitchhiker.
Yeah.
The original. Damn, he's good. I mean, he can flip in and out of whatever you need, pretty much.
Oh, darn. There was somebody else I was trying to think of. Ah. Shoot.
You people in your old movies. You old people in your old movies.
Yeah.
Then again, like I like the original White Zombie. White Zombie was freaking awesome, even though it was pretty bad. Nobody.
No, a good bad movie probably would have been Lincoln, Vampire Hunter.
No, like I was talking about like in the 30s, like White Zombie in the 30s.
Oh. Mm.
Like those aren't zombies. That's freaking voodoo bullshit.
Technically, those are zombies, Jordy.
Well, I mean, they are zombies, but they're done through voodoo, and they're basically just humans with white face paint.
They're being ridden, as it's called.
Yeah,
I remember
is
Max von Sydow in The Seventh Seal, like
yes,
old school. When I was in art school, that was like one of the featured movie night features.
And another good actor, Jürgen Prochnow from Das Boot.
There's a movie I didn't watch all of.
That was an incredible movie. I was so into that Seventh Seal.
I don't think I ever saw it.
Demi Moore. She was giving birth to the first soulless human, and Jürgen Prochnow was basically Jesus.
Oh no!
Oh no! I'm talking about the 1957 Seventh Seal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
the one where Todd plays chess with the Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
I've never seen that
what
one.
Are you talking about, Paranor?
I've not seen that one
either.
Seen that one either.
No.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to find
Ingmar Bergman.
Incidentally, you're correct, Abraham. I know zombies originated from voodoo, but didn't think it was worth bringing up.
Oh, here's a name, Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, stop it.
That's who I was trying to think of.
Drago.
Well, I mean, y'all were talking about bringing up all these other characters.
I will crush you.
Crush you. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah.
He was 80s John Van Damme, Claude Van Damme or whatever.
What was that last thing I saw him do was a commercial for a computer virus thing. Imagine your computer is this cute little rainbow unicorn, and the virus is movie legend Dolph Lundgren, and he's got like this big flamethrower, you know, and he's going unicorn on the cob. Okay, I thought it was fine. Okay.
The back pedal was much more funny than the joke.
Please
God,
excuse
they're
me.
still having that Canada and U.S. discussion in the chat. Bloody hell!
What chat is this?
Oh, the external chat, the side chat, yeah.
Oh, I can't read it.
Damn it! I didn't catch him before he headed out. Oh well, fuck it.
Oh shoot!
Not even a goodbye.
No, he. Well, it doesn't matter. I can text him later and give him a hard time. Yeah, not even in the side chart. I don't know. He could be rejoining for all I know, but I doubt it.
I must have offended him.
Yeah, Christopher said something about his exits, or he gave it a name or something. I forgot what it was. It's an Italian exit, just go gone.
Well, we have, let's see now, about 10, seeing as this is, although be it early, technically being ran mostly under shuffle rules, so we have about 10 minutes left before we end the broadcast. And for those of you who joined us, thank you for joining. And
since no one has said it yet, penis!
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, well.
I don't know, after the Matt Slick thing, it'd probably be pickle.
Yeah, it could be.
Mad Schlanger. Tackle.
And good to see special guest Chris Monte.
Yeah, even if I did have to ring him up to get his ass.
Nice to meet you, Miss. I missed him, didn't I? Whoops.
Yeah,
he
had to step out.
Myself.
I got him
That's
to
all right.
laugh out loud. That makes me happy.
That works. But but in any case, if you'll just
I'm
give me
gonna
a
bow
second.
out to.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. Your turn.
We are going to be cutting this off pretty well now. Once again, Shadow Heathen's on Patreon if you want to be a patron and support the channel. If you don't, you don't. It doesn't really, it's up to you one way or the other. I hate having to do this, but luckily, this is probably well, maybe tomorrow, but probably the last broadcast I have to do this in, because I only deal with this shit during the last week of the month, because that's when it matters. And on that note, I'm going to cut this to an end and leave people for closing comments. Andy, you got anything for us?
No, not really. It's been great. Sorry I've been quiet lately, but I'm going to be quiet a lot. I'll dip my head in when I can.
All good. Heavy Holler.
Thanks for having me in and putting up with me losing my shit earlier.
Sounds good. Jordy.
Talk to people before you label them.
Lally.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, and thanks. Yeah.
Cool. Paranor.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
And Headless.
Xbox off!